Time. Good evening, guys. Welcome back to my channel, University with Marie. I am Marie, guys. Thank y'all for joining me this evening. Today, I wanted to come in and touch on Mexico. Okay, guys. And this is what we're going to be discussing today. Okay. And basically what I'm saying is Mexico is beautiful, guys, but Mexico is definitely deadly as well. Okay. It is. A lot of folks need to learn that Mexico is not a joke. Mexico is not no joke at all. It's not no punk at all. A lot of folks look at Mexico as if it's this beautiful fantasy island and, everything's supposed to go great, when you go there. However, Mexico can be ruthless. I've had experience with Hispanic Mexican guys, and not all of them are ruthless. I'm not saying all of them are ruthless. I'm saying that from the experience I've had with them, I know how they can be. And hey, Marcella, how you doing? Thank you. Yes, very deadly right now, guys. Let me just kind of go into what we're going to discuss. Again, we're going to discuss the young folks that did go over there and they ended up harmed, kidnapped, and 2 were deleted. We know this. A lot of you guys have already received that information. But I wanted to go a little bit more in depth of what can happen in Mexico. I've been to Mexico. My crazy behind went over there to get my baby daddy, okay? All for amor, all for love. But something could have happened to me when I went over there. Thank goodness it didn't. But Mexico, again, guys, is ruthless. It can be ruthless over there, okay? Let me remove this. And I just want to pull up these folks here. These are the folks that went over there, guys. Just to kind of recapitulate, they went over there. We have Latavia McGee, 33 years old. Shai Woodard, Eric Williams, Zendale Brown, and I will elaborate on on them as well. And you'll also see this young lady here on my thumbnail. This young lady here, her name is Elisabeth Mandala. Okay. Once I heard about those 4 people that went there to Mexico and that happened to them, it brought me all the way back to years before to Elisabeth Mandela. Okay. Elisabeth Mandela, I'll tell you the story about her as well, and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, guys. So let me just kind of pull this up and get into it. Everybody, thank you so much for joining. Hit the like button, okay, guys? Now, let me make sure Elisabeth Mandela is up here because I'm going to go ahead and start out with her. Okay. This young lady, beautiful young lady. She was 18 years old, guys, when this happened to her. 18 years old when the incident that happened to her in Mexico occurred, okay? Elisabeth Mandela, she's 18 years old. Guys, I tell people all the time, folks that want to go to Mexico. My sister just left Mexico. I told her, stop running your ass over there to Mexico. Mexico is not a joke, guys. It is not a joke, and neither are the people there. Okay. Now, we have run across, like I said, I was with most men that I dated previously were either Colombian, Mexicano, or Salvadorian. Okay. So I can touch on this because I've seen the way they've act. I've been around them, the way they act. And we have some nice folks. It's the same here as in the US. We have some nice folks, and then we got some damn demons out there. Okay. And Mexico does have some demons now. They can be nice. These folks can be nice. But if you fool with them, it's a problem. And I'll tell you a story time about that here later. Like I said, most of you guys are already aware of the situation with the 4 Black Americans from South Carolina that drove down to Mexico in support of 33-year-old Latavia Washington McGee. Well, they ultimately, 2 of them ultimately met their demise. Okay. They ran into the hands of none other than demons down there in Mexico. Okay. Again, everywhere there's angels and then there's demons. This particular group ran into the demons. There was Shai Woodard, Zendale Brown, Eric Williams. These 3, they all went there in support of Miss Latavia. Okay. She wanted to get some plastic surgery. She went there to get some plastic surgery. They wanted to support her on her endeavor of doing this. And tragically, they were all kidnapped before she even made it to the doctor's office. They got them as soon as they hit the border. Now, guys, Mexico is not, again, it's not a joke. I sent for my father to, I sent for my baby's father to come here one time. He's been deported 4 times, guys. Now, the 3rd time he came here, he was in Mexico. He was at the border and he was whining and acting crazy. It's all I do. He was saying, listen, it is dangerous here. Hurry up and get me the hell over there to the U.S. That's how dangerous it was. And now this guy is a bad guy. We know he's a bad guy. We know he's tough. We know he's about that life. However, for him to tell me, hey, hurry up, do this so I can get the hell out of Dodge, that means something going on over there. It's something really going on over there. Again, she never made it to the doctor's office. As soon as they got in there, they kidnapped them. Now, the particular area, Matamoros, that particular area is ruthless. It's known for the cartels to be there, guys. It's known for the cartels to be in that particular area. They should have done their research before they went. Of course, she was excited, I'm sure. Miss Latavia, she was excited. She wanted to go get her surgery. We know this, but Latavia and folks, you should have done your research before you went into Mexico. We see it all the time on world news. What's going on in Mexico? Some people think that the cartel won't bother outsiders. Wrong. They won't. They will. They absolutely will bother an outsider, especially if they feel that you have cash, if you have money, or if your family has money. They will kidnap you and ask for ransom. Okay, but that was not the case with these particular 4 people, guys. It was not the case with them. There is a video, which unfortunately I can't show here on YouTube. However, guys, you can go view it on Neighborhood Talks social media page. It's pretty much showing the egregious act, the entire egregious act of what happened with these young folks and when they were kidnapped, okay? Remember, when they initially hit that border, when they went into the border, they opened fire immediately on them. They were actually thinking that they could have been from Haiti, or they were an op, or they were someone who was trying to, purchase on their side. I actually looked at a story today where they showed some other folks that were on their knees. They had been kidnapped, but they were there to buy and purchase, and they felt like they didn't need to come there to buy and purchase. If you're going to purchase something and buy large quantities, you need to go to the cartel, period, because they run those little border towns. Okay, a lot of them run those border towns. That particular area that they went into was not a tourist town. We know this, and it's just sad that that happened to them. But it saddens me that 2 of the young people, again, met their demise during this heinous act. Like I said, thank goodness the FBI got into it quickly. They got involved quickly with this matter to no avail. They did rescue 2 of them. And again, we know 2 of them were deleted. If you've looked at the news here recently, when you saw the rescue and you saw them in the back of the police cars, guys, you noticed that Latavia was looking scared as hell. She was terrified. However, Latavia and the young man that they did rescue did say that the cartel did admit that they had the wrong people and that they thought they were someone else initially, okay? Now, folks, I keep telling you guys, Mexicans, guys, are not scary. Latinos are not scary people. A lot of folks seem to have a tendency to think that these people are scary. You may see females with any ethnicity going off on a Mexican woman, talking to the Mexican woman crazy, and they feel that they can do that because a lot of these Latino folks are pretty quiet. However, again, guys, I've been around them. I've seen how they work, and they are quiet, and a lot of them move in silence most times. They do move in silence. We see, again, constantly people try to harass them, talk crazy to these folks. Guys, the cartels in Mexico, they have a zero tolerance. They have zero tolerance. They don't play within their organization, period. They really do. They have zero tolerance. They are not to be played with. We know they are not to be played with. Let me see if you guys have any comments before I continue, okay? Thank you guys for coming. Hi, Miss Bug, how are you? Marcella, how are you? Blessing Hot Topics, how are you? Hello, Elected Shady Shannon. Thank you for coming. She says, that cartel makes millions of dollars, they said. Yes, billions. Yes, billions of dollars. It's alleged that the United States actually has billions of El Chapo's money, billions. And Mexico's president was asking for their money back. Guess what they said? The United States do not want to give it back. He said that it was El Chapo's wish for us to send his money back to Mexico so he could help his people. But the United States kept every dollar. They did. So, something may come out of that as well. She says, watch the show Queen of the South. Yes, I love Queen of the South. And that Queen of the South can touch on a lot of females in this game. I don't know if you guys remember this young lady. I cannot remember her name, but she actually ran a team of assassins. She was a female. They called her the female Kim Kardashian because she looked like Kim Kardashian. She wore her hair black. She had pink AK-47, things like that. But she ended up passing away due to an overdose. Hey, Noah Glow, how are you doing? Let me just continue, guys. I'm going to share 2 stories of encounters that I know of where people really got physically hurt fooling with these Hispanics, guys, with the Mexicans. They were underestimating these Mexican guys, fooling with these folks. You cannot do that. I'm also going to show you another story where an 18-year-old girl, which is Miss Elisabeth Mandala, she was deleted. I'm trying to see which one I want to go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and start with this young lady, Elisabeth Mandela. She's a Caucasian young female. Her name's Elisabeth Mandela. She was only 18 years old. I know her name sounds Spanish, guys, but she was white, okay? Elisabeth Mandela also, guys, was from Houston. She lived in the outskirts of Sugar Land, Texas, but she was originally from Houston, Texas, okay? Miss Elisabeth, she wanted to be a G, guys. She really wanted to be a G. She was still in high school. She was a senior in high school. She was from a pretty much well-off family. Again, they lived in a plush neighborhood, Sugar Land, Texas, okay? She was in senior in high school. She was still going to school, but she began to hang with the wrong people, guys. She began hanging with the wrong people, getting into ish that she really could not handle, okay? And a lot of folks have a tendency to try to get into the game, and they can't handle it. And, it's tough. It really is tough. You have to have a backbone in the game. And Miss Elisabeth Mandela, I think she pretty much was fantasizing about it. She thought it was a game. She thought it was something to play with, but it was not. She started hanging around these alleged gang members, druggies, kids that you wouldn't want your child to be around, okay? This child, Elisabeth, as you see her on the screen, guys, she started to get deep into the underworld, the dark world of the game, in which she ended up becoming a stripper. She became a whole stripper at 18 years old. Yep. And for what people say, she was very good at being an exotic dancer. Of course, she was young, she was feisty, she was strong, So she became a good exotic dancer. People recognized her all over Houston, okay? I'm assuming that the dance life was not enough for her because for what her mother stated, Miss Elisabeth told her mother, and I quote, "One day I want to become a coyote." Okay. Again, she was hanging with all these Hispanic guys from Mexico, coyotes, drug dealers. She was hanging around all these type of folks. And she told her mom that that's what I want to do. I want to be in the game. Okay. Let me know if you don't know what a coyote is in the chat, and I'll go ahead and recapitulate on what a coyote is. Again, my son's dad did come over that third time with a coyote, and he was just basically waiting for me to send the money there, which I did because he was going crazy. Like, hey, Mexico is dangerous. The frontera es peligrosa, which means the border is dangerous. Okay. Anyways, guys, Miss Elisabeth eventually tried to make that ignorant dream of hers come true. She and another man, guys, set out to go to Mexico on April the 27th, 2011. This happened way in 2011. So again, guys, this has been going on in Mexico. This didn't just start. That's why I named it on the title that, hey, Mexico's new yet old normal. This has been happening. However, they're just bringing it to the forefront on world news about how these folks are being deleted and kidnapped in Mexico. Okay, they brought it with Santo Domingo. We saw that, but they're bringing Mexico in it now. Okay, again, Elisabeth, and another man went to Mexico on April 27, 2011. That was the last time her mom heard from her. She left her mom's house on that particular date. Now, Elisabeth did put a post on Facebook at the time where she said, and I quote, "I'm in Mexico." And that's all she wrote in the post. She wrote that she was in Mexico, okay? Everything went silent, guys, after she made that post for a couple of days, several days, until on April 30th, 2011, Elisabeth's mother filed a missing persons report because she had not heard from her daughter, okay? She hadn't heard anything from Miss Elisabeth, okay? The very same day that she filed this missing person report, guys, Mexican authorities tragically found Elisabeth along with 2 grown-ass men now, 30-year-old Dante Ruiz Siller and 44-year-old Luis Estrella. They found all three of them. They were all deceased in this truck that looked to have been in an automobile accident, okay? They were located in the small town of Mina, Mexico, okay, guys? Anybody have any questions while I'm going on? She says, "Here's I almost wish the U.S. would stop us from going to Mexico for a while. Why? Because again, everywhere there's danger occurs everywhere. We know danger occurs everywhere. However, certain cities, certain parts of Mexico, you are not to go there at all. You're not to go there. So, just don't go there unless you've done research, unless you have freaking the U.S. embassy in that town. Okay. I'm sure they don't have U.S. embassy in Matamoros and in those border towns. Okay. She said, Sugarland, that's where all the pink zebras come from. Yes, Sugarland. You're absolutely right, Jonna Taylor. She was from there. This young lady that's on my screen, she was from there. Okay. She came from, it's obvious she came from a great family. So again, guys, they found Elisabeth with Dante and Louise. All three of them were deceased in this truck. The very same day her mom filed a missing persons report. Okay. Of course, at first, the Mexican police, they assumed that they were just in an automobile accident, guys. But upon taking a closer look at their bodies, they realized they were actually beaten to death, guys. Yes, physically beaten to death. They were actually physically beaten to death. Just imagine, guys, the horrendous thing that happened to them. Stand by, guys. Stand by. Somebody's at my door. In front of the camera. I'm sorry. Okay, no hay problema. Thank you guys for being holding. Okay, guys. Okay, now she said it would be hard to hit their tourism hard if Americans stop going. Yes, it would hit their tourists financially. It really would. It'll hit them hard. You're absolutely right, Shannon. Okay. Now, again, the police thought that they were in a accident in the truck, but they were actually physically beaten to death, guys. They were done up. Just imagine again, your child or anyone for that matter being beaten to death. Not pop-out, not something quick, but beaten to death. That's what happened to this young girl and these guys. Okay. Whoever had this young lady, whoever know this young lady and her counterparts that knew that they were going that way. It's like they weren't expecting them, but look what happened to them. The same thing happened to Elisabeth that happened to the four black kids that went there. Okay. Whoever did this to them, they tried to make the scene as if an accident took place. But again, when they looked at their bodies, they realized that they had been beaten to death. Okay. The police located several fake IDs on them in the truck, multiple IDs, multiple identifications. Okay. I guess her dream was coming true that she was going to become a coyote. But we see what happened. Neither one of the deceased family members knew of how these three were acquainted. Elisabeth's family didn't know these guys. These guys' family didn't know Elisabeth. They didn't know each other. The families didn't know of the other family. Okay, guys. So basically, Elisabeth again was hanging with the wrong folks. Okay. Remember, guys, Elisabeth wanted to get into this life. She thought this life was somewhat adventurous. She thought it was the shit, basically, but it ultimately led her to her demise. What do you guys think about this story? What do you guys think about Elisabeth? Do you think that, of course, we know she shouldn't have gotten involved with these folks, but do you think that other kids are possibly thinking this way, trying to get into the game within Mexico? I would hope not. I really would hope not, because again, Mexico is not no joke. It's not no punk. What do you guys think about going into another country, especially with some shit like that? Would you guys consider going into Mexico at this point, into a different part? Or would you do your research? I'm sure you guys would. Let me just look at the comments. I'm sure you'll look your research. Again, guys, it's hell. Mexico is not no joke. Hello there. It's very scary. Hi, Maisha. Very scary. Again, guys, back in the gap, I used to, run with some Mexicans, okay? And they were not no punks. They were not no joke. They were not no punks. And they were ruthless, very ruthless, very ruthless. Some of the things will make you pass out or throw up. Seriously. We won't get into that, but I'm just saying they can be ruthless. And, a lot of them smile. Hi, how you doing? Hi, hello. You think, oh, he's a Spanish guy. He ain't nothing wrong with him. You just never know. You never know. Just don't bother them. We have a lot of folks that continue to bother Hispanic folks, harass them, talk to them crazy, tell them they're illegal, just harass them. And guess what? Sometimes they will be waiting for you in the parking lot. You just never know, guys. That's all I'm saying. And I always say this, that stop harassing folks. Stop talking about folks and fooling with folks that you just don't know, because you never know what's in their mind. Okay, guys? Shannon says she will only go on a cruise. I'm scared to go on a cruise, honestly. And I'm just scared of the water, but it's real, guys. It really is real when it comes down to Mexico and Latinos, period. Again, people think that they are weak because some of them don't know English. They just don't know English, okay? But they know how to implement harm on someone. They do. So don't underestimate them. That's all I'm saying. Don't underestimate a Latino. Yes, they can be friendly. Yes, they can be nice and cordial. But if you fool with them, certain ones, you will pay the price. That's all I'm saying. You will pay the price, Another question. Would any of you guys go to Mexico on vacation at this point with all that's going on? Would any of y'all go on vacation to Mexico at this point? I just wanted to know that. You still have people probably going out there on vacation. I would not go at this point because, as we can see with Kll'd Robinson and other folks that have been deleted over there, it looks like the Mexican police are not doing much about any of these crimes. It really doesn't. However, they did find them. They did rescue the 4 Black people, even though 2 of them were already deleted. And again, they did. The young lady in the male that was rescued did say that the people admitted to them that they thought there was somebody else. I don't give a damn. You did think I was somebody else. The point is, you shot my friends. You deleted them, and I'm screwed up right here at this point, right? Screwed up at this point. Let me see if you have any questions, and then I'll go into the story time, guys. She says they like trying to woo women. I'm not your mommy. Right. You're absolutely right. They like, oh, mommy, come on, I love you. You're so sexy. And we blush. Sometimes we have a tendency to blush as women. But, and you can have a conversation with them with no problem. And I dated a Mexican for a long time, and he treated me really well. He did. Just don't, jealousy, typical man, jealousy, macho. A lot of the Mexican guys have real machoism in them, and they just don't play with you cheating on them, things of that nature. Okay. She says, right, Shannon, I've been to Mexico 12 times, mostly cruising, but once we rented a Jeep and went riding around drunk and got stopped by customs with machine guns. You see that? And a lot of times, guys, when those officers stop you, guess what? They want what? Dinero. They want money. They want money for you to get the hell out of Dodge. So, that is the assumption of what happened with Kll'd as well, that they allegedly could have paid them off to get the hell out of Dodge, to get out of Mexico. We're not for sure, but that's what they're saying, alleged. She said, I'm going to Mexico again in May. Lord have mercy. Just Valencia. She said, I will go to New Mexico instead. Well, yes, New Mexico is within the United States, but that New Mexico has a lot of cartel members that live there as well. They do. All around those little border towns, the cartel members. They do. She says, I have been for fun in the past, but not anymore. And we're not trying to hate on Mexico. We're really not trying to hate on Mexico. I'm just telling you what's real, what's real. She said, I'm going to go right now, maybe later. And I definitely wouldn't take my kids down, right? They have some really heinous stories about what they've done to kids before they cross this border. The story is so heinous, I couldn't even tell you the story, guys. I couldn't tell it to you because it's very traumatic. Okay. Gracias. Okay, está bien. Yes, it's very dramatic. So she said they aren't going to mess with a cruise ship. You never know. I know that once the cruises are out there in the ocean, they say that the United States are watching us, so the military is watching us. So great. That'll work. But again, I still don't want to go. Okay. Wow, blessings to the brave, right? She says a big cruise ship equals American dollars. Yes, it does. It does. So again, guys, that's what happened to that young lady Elisabeth Mandala. This happened years ago. And when that story came up, it reminded me so much of her, of Elisabeth, that when the story came up, these folks, I'm like, Elisabeth was what? This is her as well, guys. You can see that she was really out there trying to get her party on. You know, she was young, though, only 18 years old. She just went the wrong way, guys, the wrong ways. And it's very unfortunate. Okay, it's unfortunate. Now, hey, laugh, gas, and guys. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a story time. This story time does not involve me, really. It doesn't involve me, but it involves some folks that I do know, okay? I just want to kind of touch on how folks can underestimate Mexicanos and Latino people, okay? So, guys, there's this guy I used to kind of talk to, okay? He was cool. You know, we just chilled, and we also did business together, okay? We hustled together, okay? I also met his brother, who was just, honestly, guys, he was ignorant as all outdoors. The brother talked too much. He got on my damn nerves. He harassed people. I didn't want to deal with the brother at all. I didn't want to deal with him. I didn't like him, okay? And I told his brother I didn't like him. I told his brother that he talked too damn much, okay? So I told him also that one day somebody was going to F him up because he talks too much. And, you know, he had a tendency to kind of pull out weapons and things like that and not use them. Sir, you cannot do that running around here. Okay. Anyway, again, he constantly harassed people, guys. He talked crap to people. He didn't even know these people. He was just talking shit to people. He would just talk shit to people. Okay. Well, one day, guys, he was on the freeway driving here in Houston when some Mexican guys allegedly got in front of him, cut him off, allegedly on this freeway. Okay. He proceeded to talk ish to these guys, cursing at them, threatening them. Then things took a major turn. Turn. Those guys ended up getting behind him, okay? And they started to follow him. Again, I can imagine how much shit he talked to these people for them to get behind him and start following him, okay? Now, at this point, he called my guy friend, okay? He called my guy friend telling him that he was being followed and that, you know, some Mexicans were behind him and that they were after him pretty much. You know, he told my guy friend where he was, and he was way on the south side of town, guys, when we were on the north, okay? So, of course, my friend still tried to get to him on time. He did. He tried to get to him because, you know, that's his brother, you know? So he tried to get to his brother and help his brother. You know, he wanted to, I assume, deal with these folks, you know, get him out of it, deal with them, help them, okay? Anyway, guys, his brother ended up exiting the freeway to go to a lit area, which was a gas station, guys. And so, you know, a lot of us, we go to a gas station because it's a lit area. Folks are going in and out. Folks are purchasing gas. You know, there's activity there, right? Those guys exited their freeway as well. They exited the freeway and they went directly to the gas station to behind him, okay? Moving forward, unfortunately, guys, my friend, once he got there, the paramedics and the police were already there. Those little Latinos, they had cut him from the top, guys, to the bottom of his stomach, okay? What did they cut him with? Allegedly, a machete. We know a lot of Hispanics like to use machete. That's their weapon of choice a lot of times, besides pow, okay? Anyway, they cut this guy from here to here as if he had heart surgery, you know, just cut him straight down. The gas station attendant said that his brother ran into the gas station, cut like this, but he was holding his intestines, guys. He was holding his intestines and he was holding his stomach in his hands. And yes, guys, he did pass away. He passed away. And it's very sad that he passed away because he was very young. It's just the point that mouth, like I said, that mouth got him in trouble with the wrong folks. He started harassing. He had bad road rage too. We could be riding somewhere. He'd be like, oh, why you want to, you know, guys, be careful with the road rage because folks will pow you. You have your kids in the car. It's just not worth it. You know, I tell my kids when you're driving, don't even look over to someone else that's on the side of you. Don't even look over there because if you look over there, that can start an incident, right, guys? So yes, his intestines were in his hands, stomach was in his hands, and the gas station attendant was grossed out pretty much. He said he was grossed out because this guy came running in there like that. But my point is, you cannot stop underestimating Mexico, stop underestimating Mexicans, stop underestimating people in general, guys, because you never know who the hell you are messing with, guys. You know, that's why I always tell people on here, stop harassing and just picking on folks for no apparent reason when you don't know these folks. Because folks, there's some mental folks out here, you know, there is. You just never know who you're dealing with, guys. I'm not saying don't protect yourself. Of course, protect yourself. I'm merely saying that don't go start ish with people for the hell of it. Don't do that. And that's the way he was. He was a big mouth person. He was. Um, my friend, of course, he was saddened that his brother passed away, but I already knew what was going on. I already knew. Thank you very much. Guys, any of you have any questions about this story? She said, hey, Sarah, we're talking. How are you doing? Thank you so much. Yes. Yes. He passed away because, yes. She says, sorry, your friend lost his life, but you have to be careful. You never know which one is wrong. Wrong with one to run their mouth at, right? You just don't never know. Yes, they did him. And, guys, if you don't know, the weapon of choice with a lot of Hispanic guys are either cuchillo, it's a knife, machete, and then comes the pow pow, because they physically like to touch you. They physically like to touch you. They're the person that they're attacking. They do. Like I said, it's just sad that these 4 people went over there. And again, they were country probably, and they didn't know to research Mexico. They just thought that, oh, I'm going in here. I had a girlfriend went over there to get some surgery. Child, she came back here looking like, I don't know if you guys remember that show. What is it? The Ugly Duckling? Shannon will call it for me. Is it the Ugly Duckling, Shannon, where they do all this plastic surgery on women and then they turn them into a beautiful goddess? And they refer to them as ugly ducklings. Give me the show, Shannon. I know you know the show. But she came back here looking like that. She had bandages all around her face, all around her stomach. But guess what? She told me that they had to do 2 blood transfusions on her. And I'm like, girl, why would you allow them to do blood transfusions on you down there? Yes. So now she has an issue with having seizures. She wrecked her car, totaled her car from having a seizure ever since she left Mexico from getting these surgeries, guys. So just be careful, try to get it done here in the United States if you can. I know it's cheaper. Colombia is cheaper too. But if you really want to be safe and, go to someone where they have to accept accountability for what they've done. Overseas, they don't accept accountability for what they've done. If you pass away, oh, well, move it to the next table, call a family and keep it moving. Opposed to here, your family can sue for wrongful death, things of that nature, malpractice, She said some people are off key. You don't know what they'll do. Absolutely. You said, yes, I did see it coming. I did. A lot of times I've seen things coming. I did in the game. A lot of times I did see coming. I saw it coming. I did. Every time something happened, pretty much, I saw it coming. But guess what? I was hard-headed. a lot of times, except a couple of times where I knew not to go there. So I did. She said, yes, it is. Thank you so much, Shannon. It is my birthday tomorrow, guys. I hope you guys join me tomorrow. She said he should have drove to the police station. Right. But he was Billy Badass, guys. I hate to say that. He thought he was Billy Badass. He thought he was bad to the bone. But he did go into the lit area. He called his brother. But we were way on the north side. He couldn't have gotten to him in time. He shouldn't have gotten out the car. He should not have gotten out the car. But the attendant said that they just split him right down the middle. Very young. Extreme Makeover. No, not Extreme Makeover. Who else? Is it Extreme Makeover? No, it was called The Ugly Duckling or something like that. What was the name of that show? Extreme Makeover. I think it's with the house, isn't it? With the homes, isn't it? Said, OMG, that's crazy. Hold on a second, guys. Voice. Okay, said, OMG, that's crazy. She said, all that to try and get somebody to think you're pretty. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, guys, that was my story as far as not to underestimate the Mexicans and Hispanics. And don't go into the wrong towns. Do not. My daughter was going over there because her fiance is Mexicano. And she wants to have her wedding over there. I'm like, girl, I would not be going to Mexico for no wedding. I'm sorry. I love you. But I would not, because I already know what time it is over there. I do. She said, oh, gee, that's crazy. Hold on. This motherfucker just talking. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so absolutely. Happy birthday, Marie. Thank you, Sarah. We'll talk. I hope you can join me tomorrow night for my birthday, guys. for a birthday gift, guys, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, please. If you're new to the channel, okay, guys? I'm just talking. Marie, we share the same. Oh, we do, Maisha? Absolutely. Are you a Pisces, Maisha? I hope so. But guys, hold on. Thank you. Uh, she says, if you travel and have to do your research, then do your research. Absolutely, guys. Thank you, Miss Bug. Thank you so very much, guys, for my birthday. Thank you so much. I was all paranoid. I'm like, am I going to live to that day, right? So we have 24 hours, guys. Pray the Lord that I wake up in the morning, you know. She said, honestly, that black lady needs to lose weight. She don't need a BBL. Right. You know, you're 33 years old, ma'am. You're a whole grown woman. Goddamn, you got 5 kids, ma'am. Just try to walk it off. You know how we old women, we walk. You can walk it off or do kickboxing. I keep telling y'all, do kickboxing. Kickboxing will pull 1,000 calories off you. You didn't have to go there, ma'am. Too damn old to be running to get a BBL. That's how I feel. She's too old to be running to get a BBL. Do squats. Squats is what pump your butt up. Squats, okay? She said, yes, mine's is not feel. Oh, yes, Pisces, yes. I don't know what they say about Pisces, Maisha. If you know what they say about us, let me know, okay, in the chat. And guys, let me know if I'm freezing, okay? Because I notice I go back to my videos, I'm doing a robot and shit. I'm like, what's going on? I have Xfinity internet, guys, but I don't know what the hell is going on with it. So I may have to call them back. Thank you, Maisha. Happy birthday to you as well. Yes. She says, same as my late grandma, Nia Shea. Then 6 is my mom, and the 7 is my mother-in-law. Awesome. Yes, Pisces, baby. Yes. So I'm excited, guys, about, you know, my birthday tomorrow. You know, I'm very happy about that. Anybody have any other questions, or anybody would like to talk about anything else? I did have a couple of more stories, but I really wanted to touch on these. I wanted to touch on Elisabeth Mandala because, again, she was young. She wanted to be a G. She wanted to be in the game. And as soon as I would have spotted her back in the day, I wouldn't have allowed her to even roll with me. I wouldn't have allowed her to even get in the game. But these guys were basically trying to be greedy and take her with them. And they couldn't even get into the town good enough either. They got them, but as soon as they hit that border too, they don't play. Don't go into their territory thinking that you're going to do something. You're not going to do anything because they're going to catch you before you even try it. So just know that, guys. Any questions, guys? Any questions on this? Let's go ahead and pull up Elisabeth Mandala again, guys. Here she is. Look at the tune thrower in the background. Look at him. You see what she's doing? She's 18 years old, trying to run with some hoodlums. And here are Latavia McGee and the crew. This is sad that these folks too, that this happened to them. It's really sad. You know, and I just hate that they met their demise, trying to support her with the foolishness. Ma'am, you should have done more investigating, more research. And here it is, your friends are gone. I'm just saying, you should have stayed your thick ass over here and gotten it done. Save some more money and done it in the United States. Again, my girlfriend had to get 2 blood transfusions. I'm like, girl, now she's all fucked up. She's all messed up, guys. She has seizures. She actually ended up on life support, guys, for 16 days. My friend did 16 days. Now she has memory loss, all kinds of shit from going over there. So, guys, you know, just be careful. Yes, be careful. You know, Mexico is real. Mexicanos are real. Hispanics are real. They're just like us. They're people like us. They're, you know, it's just, you know, sometimes there's some demons, and then there's sometimes it's angels. You know, you got to know how to roll with the punch. You got to know how to rock with them. If you don't, you're stuck. You are stuck. Thank you so much. Yes. She says, you probably was de-whipped by one of those older. Wait, she probably was de-whipped by one of those older men she thought she was in love. Could have been, but again, she told her mom that that's what she wanted to be, a coyote. She thought it was a game. It's not a joke, little girl. And I tell my sons all the time as well, the streets will eat you up and spit you out, child. They will. Thank you. Oh, Maisha, she's saying happy birthday. Thank y'all so much, guys. Thank y'all for joining me, guys. If you like, share this content, hit the like button, guys. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. I just want to come on here and tell you guys my story. I do have some more deeper stories. I'm going to tell y'all one more quick story, okay? Excuse me, I'm hot because it's damn light. But years ago, when I was out there in the world, I must say, right, I was rolling with my daughter's father. Okay, we were hot. We had this particular area just sewed up. Okay, we had this area sewed the hell up. Everybody knew us, and nobody fucked with us. Okay. One particular day, we were riding down that boulevard, that particular street, and here come the police. Two cars of police. We're going this way, and you know how they have to make a U-turn, guys. And we look in the rearview mirror, like I'm looking in the mirror, like shit. They're coming back. They're doing a U-turn. So I bust a right. Okay, I made a right into these apartments where we knew some Mexicans that we work with. I'm getting out the car, running like a dude. Okay, guys, we're running. I leave the door open to the car. Everything left. Everything in the car just gone. Okay. Police surrounds my car, but I made it to Gato's house. That was the Spanish guy's name. His name was Gato. His nickname was Gato, which means cat. We runs into Gato's house. Okay, Gato was like, "What's up? ¿Qué pasó?" He was so full all the time. He couldn't really comprehend what was going on. I'm like, "Look, man, the police behind us, following us. We have to stay here for a minute." So we ended up staying there, guys, for a couple of days. Finally, Gato sobered up. Okay. I said, Gato, go check and see what's going on with my car. My car was gone. They had towed my car, guys. Towed it. I'm like, oh, well, the hell with that car. I'll get another one, But they towed my car, guys. And it was just a point that Gato, which was my Mexican friend, and his cousins, they welcomed us in their home, and they kept us there for 3 days until stuff cooled down. But the point is, I was like, damn, I just think about it and be like, girl, how the hell you made it out of that? I left that car there. They had that car. They kept that car. You could have it. I would never forget. The car was a Maxima. I don't know if you guys remember the little Maximas back in the day, the little square Max. I just thought my car was all that. I left that Maxima. They could have it. I told me I can have it. I get another one. But the Mexican guys, they can be kind. Again, you don't want to fool them. Okay. She says, if that one was my brother or one of my brothers-in-laws, I get together with my family and beat her ass. Right. Because she was wrong. And I know they're trying to blame her. Hey, baby girl forever. They're trying to blame her. But in a way we can blame her because of the fact that you had them come support you. You ain't even doing research, and these people were probably country. Again, they're from South Carolina. They didn't know. They just probably thought all of Mexico was a tourist town, right? And then they went into what? Hell. And met what? Demons. She said, thug life is a short life. Absolutely. It really is. The faster you live, the faster you will go, or the faster things will happen, guys. Okay. Thank you, Miss Emma. Let's see here. My sister, OMG, yes, girl, I was running like a what dude, hopped the fence like a dude and everything. But I'm think back like, wow, she said, just be aware, ladies. Yes, absolutely. Just be aware. She said, Marie, I heard a story about men following women by putting AirPods and AirTags on bags and on cars. Guys, Sarah, they've done a lot of different things here. For what I understand is that they're putting poison on the door handles. They are hiding underneath the car and cutting your ankles. They're doing so many things, ladies. You just have to be careful, and you have to carry our little sister. Just yesterday, guys, my son and I was walking him to the school yesterday morning, and we were crossing the street. We were waiting in the middle of the turn lane, I guess, the street. And gracias. Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm going to have to go because they are fixing my AC, guys. That's why I was sweating like hell yesterday. They are fixing the AC, guys. I have to go, but I will tell y'all the next story time, okay? I love y'all. They're going to put on this loud machine, and you guys will be able to hear it, okay? I love y'all. I will be back, most likely, mañana. Oh, yeah, I am coming back tomorrow because my birthday, guys. You want to support the channel? Support the channel. Hit the like button for my birthday and subscribe for my birthday, okay, guys? Share the content. I love y'all. I hate to go, but I'll see y'all next time. Bye.